crocodile, order Crocodilia or Crocodilia, any of about 27 species of generally large, ponderous, amphibious animals of lizard-like appearance and carnivorous habit belonging to the reptile order Crocodilia. Crocodiles have powerful jaws with many conical teeth and short legs with clawed webbed toes. They share a unique body form that allows the eyes, ears, and nostrils to be above the water surface, while most of the animal is hidden below. The tail is long and massive, and the skin is thick and plated. Although crocodiles, alligators, and the gharial are similar in appearance, they belong to separate biological families. The gharial, with its narrow snout, is easier to distinguish, while morphological differences are more difficult to spot in crocodiles and alligators. The most obvious external differences are visible in the head, with crocodiles having narrower and longer heads, with more V-shaped than a U-shaped snout compared to alligators and caimans. Another obvious trait is that the upper and lower jaws of crocodiles are the same width, and the teeth in the lower jaw fall along the edge or outside the upper jaw when the mouth is closed. Therefore, all teeth are visible, unlike an alligator, which possesses in the upper jaw small depressions into which the lower teeth fit. Also, when the crocodile's mouth is closed, the large fourth tooth in the lower jaw fits into a constriction in the upper jaw. For hard-to-distinguish specimens, the protruding tooth is the most reliable feature to define the species family. Crocodiles have more webbing on the toes of the hind feet and can better tolerate salt water due to specialized salt glands for filtering out salt, which are present but non-functioning in alligators. Another trait that separates crocodiles from other crocodilians is their much higher levels of aggression. Crocodiles are the largest and the heaviest of present-day reptiles. The largest representatives, the Nile crocodile, Crocodilus niloticus, of Africa, and the estuarine or saltwater Crocodile ceporosus of Southeast Asia and Australia, attain lengths of up to 7 meters, about 23 feet, and weigh more than 1,200 kilograms, nearly 2,650 pounds. Some fossil forms, such as Deinosuchus and Sarcosuchus, may have been between 10 and 12 meters, 33 and 40 feet, long. In comparison, the smallest species, the smooth-fronted caiman Paleosuchus, and the dwarf crocodile, Osteolaemus tetraspis, reach about 1.7 meters, about 6 feet, in length as adults. All crocodiles have a relatively long snout, or muzzle, which varies considerably in shape and proportion. The scales that cover most of the body generally are arranged in a regular pattern, and thick, bony plates occur on the back. Families and genera are primarily distinguished by differences in skull anatomy. Species are identified principally by the proportions of the snout, by the bony structures on the dorsal or upper surface of the snout, and by the number and the arrangement of the scales. Crocodiles are found mainly in the lowland, humid tropics of the northern and southern hemispheres. The true crocodiles, family Crocodilidae, occur in most of Africa south of Sahara, Madagascar, India, Sri Lanka, Southeast Asia, the East Indies, northern Australia, Mexico and Central America, the West Indies, and northern South America. In the family Alligatoridae, most caimans are confined to tropical areas of Central and South America, though the ranges of the broad-snout caiman, Caiman laterostris, and Jacare caiman, C. jacare, extend into temperate areas of South America. The American alligator, Alligator mississippiensis, and the Chinese alligator, A. sinensis, also occur in temperate regions. In the family Gavialidae, the gavial or gharial Gavialis gangeticus is found in Pakistan, northern India, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and Myanmar, whereas the false gharial or false gavial Tomistoma sugilii inhabits freshwater habitats in Sumatra, Java, and Borneo, and in peninsular Malaysia. Throughout their range, crocodile populations have declined as human occupation, and land use change has reduced their habitat. Many crocodilian species have been greatly depleted by overhunting for their valuable skins, which provide leather for handbags, shoes, belts, and other articles. Local use of crocodiles for meat and medicines is also widespread. People living near crocodiles often dislike them because the animals can become entangled in fish nets, prey on pets and livestock, and occasionally kill people. The young crocodile emerges from the egg with a length of 20 to 30 centimeters, 8 to 12 inches. At first, it remains with its siblings concealed at the edge of its water habitat in order to avoid various predators. Principal among these are fishes and birds, But larger crocodiles also prey upon the young. Cannibalism and social exclusion are thought to greatly affect population dynamics and regulate population growth. During the first 3 to 4 years, the young increase in length by about 30 centimeters, about 1 foot per year. The growth rate then gradually decreases, but growth can continue throughout life. Sexual maturity occurs at about age 10 and at a body length of about 1.5 to 3 meters, 5 to 10 feet. Crocodiles in captivity are known to have reached ages of 70 or more years, but longevity in the wild is poorly known. Lifespan estimates in the wild are based on growth rates, and limited studies of bone growth rings suggest that the lifespans of wild crocodiles and those in captivity may be similar. A Nile crocodile, Crocodilus niloticus, or an estuarine or saltwater crocodile, C. porosus, 6 meters, about 20 feet. Long may live as long as 80 years. On average, the lifespan of alligators and caimans is thought to be between 30 and about 60 years, whereas the true crocodiles are thought to live 50 to 75 years. Crocodiles are mostly nocturnal animals. They are predators and spend most of their time in the water, although they are also known to make journeys of several kilometers over land. In the first weeks of life, crocodiles eat insects, crustaceans, snails, small fishes, frogs, and tadpoles. Older crocodiles mainly eat fish and are more apt to prey upon waterfowl and on mammals. Occasionally, a member of one of the larger species eats a human being, though such incidents happen so infrequently that crocodiles cannot be generally regarded as man-eaters. Crocodiles capture water animals in their jaws with a sideways movement of the muzzle. They have sensitive pressure receptors located in pits in the scales around the mouth that detect motion. These structures assist in the capture of prey in dark or murky water. To catch land animals, a crocodile floats passively or remains motionless at the edge of the water where prey habitually drink. With a sudden lunge, it seizes an unsuspecting animal and drowns it. If the prey is large, a crocodile may grip portions of the victim in its jaws and rotate rapidly in the water to tear the prey apart. Crocodiles thermoregulate by alternately sunning themselves and retiring to shaded areas or cooler water. Larger individuals maintain stable body temperatures in preferred range of 30 to 32 degrees Celsius, 86 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, for several hours, even overnight. As a result, these individuals enjoy increased metabolic efficiency. Several studies of wild populations suggest that complex social relations between individuals are expressed as dominance hierarchies that allow dominant animals better access to preferred sunning and nesting sites. Some crocodiles also dig burrows into the banks of lakes or rivers. Burrows may extend for several meters in length and end in a chamber where individuals seek refuge from drought or cold. The crocodilian form is adapted to an amphibious way of life. The body is elongated, and its long, muscular tail is well suited to rapid swimming. The external nostril openings, the eyes, and the ear openings are the highest parts of the head. These important sense organs remain above the water's surface, even when the rest of the head and body are submerged. The two nostril openings are close together on a raised portion at the point of the muzzle. When the animal dives, these openings may be closed by membranous flaps to keep water out. A long bone-enclosed nasal passage leads from the exterior nostril openings to the interior nostril openings, or choanae, located at the extreme posterior end of the palate. A membranous flap in front of the choanae constitutes the posterior closure of the mouth cavity. As a result, the crocodile can breathe even if its mouth is open underwater. Like many nocturnal animals, crocodiles have eyes with vertical, slit-shaped pupils. These narrow in bright light and widen in darkness, thus controlling the amount of light that enters. On the back wall of the eye, the tapetum lucidum reflects incoming light, thus utilizing the small amount of light available at night to best advantage. In addition to protection provided by the upper and lower eyelids, the nictitating membrane, that is, a thin translucent eyelid, may be drawn over the eye from the inner corner while the lids are open. The delicate eyeball surface is thus protected under the water, while a certain degree of vision is still possible. Unlike the ears of other modern reptiles, those of the crocodile have a movable, external membranous flap that protects the ears from the water. The sense of smell is well developed and may even operate in the egg prior to hatching. Many crocodiles vocalize to communicate. The young of various species use several squeaking and grunting sounds, and adults may grunt, growl, and hiss. For example, Siamese crocodiles and caimans emit a loud hiss when threatened, and hatchlings of most species make sounds described as grunts or quacks. In addition, members of both sexes may produce a loud roar during the breeding season. A roaring crocodile tenses the muscles of its body so that the head and tail rise high out of the water. The flanks may vibrate so violently that water is sprayed high into the air from each side. Sounds, including roars, may be provoked by any loud noise. Many species will respond to gunshots, motors, and even people mimicking crocodile sounds. These animals also appear to communicate using chemical signals. Glands in the mandible and cloaca excrete oily chemicals that have a poorly understood function in communication. Crocodilian locomotion is the product of a unique body form. The lateral processes of the spine are joined to interlocking bony plates of the dorsal scales by complex ligaments. This arrangement produces a semi-rigid I-beam structure that encloses the back muscles. This structure is rigid but flexible, and it allows an efficient transfer of energy from the tail when swimming and an erect body posture when walking. When swimming, the crocodile places its legs back against the sides of the body and moves forward by means of lateral wave-like motions of the tail. When walking on land, crocodiles hold themselves high on all four legs. The characteristic sinusoidal, side-to-side, flexion of the body is caused by the movement of a front leg in concert with the opposing hind leg during each step. A cantilever tail also balances the body. When moving quickly into the water from a bank, crocodiles slide on their bellies and push themselves forward with the feet. Crocodiles are also capable of galloping short distances. Crocodiles are sexually dimorphic, with adult males being larger than females. Copulation occurs in the water, and it is preceded by a complex courtship in which the animals signal each other using changes in body profile, touch, and vocalization. Chemical signals are probably also part of courtship. The male then mounts the back of the female, and both animals rotate their tails so that the respective cloacae are brought into contact, and intermission of the male erectile organ is achieved. Although all species reproduce sexually, the American crocodile, C. acutus, can reproduce by using the process of parthenogenesis, that is, the development of an offspring without fertilization. All crocodiles lay hard-shelled eggs, which may weigh 50 to 160 grams, 0.1 to 0.4 pound, each. A female lays an average of 12 to 48 eggs per nest, depending upon her age, size, and species. Two general forms of nest building are known. Some species, such as the Nile crocodile, C. niloticus, dig a hole in the ground and refill it with dirt after the eggs are deposited. Others, such as the estuarine or saltwater crocodile, C. porosus, build a mound of plant material and soil. The eggs are deposited into the mound, and the sun's heat, the warm environment, and the natural decay of vegetation maintain a warm temperature that aids the development of the embryo. Egg incubation takes from 55 to 100 days. As is the case for many other reptiles, the sex of a developing embryo is determined by the temperature of the incubating egg at a critical time, which is during the first half of its incubation period. Cooler and warmer temperatures produce females, intermediate temperatures produce males, and temperatures near 31 degrees Celsius, 88 degrees Fahrenheit produce both sexes. Until hatching occurs, the female usually remains close to the nest to protect the eggs from predators. After 2 or 3 months, the young are fully developed and ready to hatch. While still in the egg, the young may utter squeaks, perhaps signaling that they are ready to emerge. The adult female removes the dirt or other debris from the eggs and assists the hatchlings to the water. In many cases, the female opens the eggs carefully with her tongue and carries the hatchlings in her mouth. The female remains close to her offspring and provides protection from predators for several weeks to months. As the young grow, they disperse, but they may remain near their nest site for over a year. In captivity, males have also been observed assisting in the hatching process and providing hatchling care. Crocodiles are inhabitants of swamps, lakes, and rivers, although some species make their way to brackish water or to the sea. The estuarine or saltwater crocodile, C. porosus, and the American crocodile, C. acutus, are capable of living in marine waters and may swim miles out to sea, although both species normally occupy brackish and freshwater habitats. Glands in the tongue allow the excretion of excess salt. The smooth-fronted caiman, Paleosuchus trigonatus, of South America prefers rocky, fast-flowing rivers. In West Africa, the dwarf crocodile, Osteolaemus tetraspis, is found principally in the rivers of the forest regions. Crocodiles may affect nutrient cycling, ecosystem function, and fisheries productivity in the areas.